Aloha, I want to do a quick video and share kind of another perspective on how deep the flat earth goes and the globe programming goes into our everyday lives, and just share kind of a perspective on the dystopian creations that are around us and the utopian creations that are around us that steal our time and create realities that maintain a state of powerlessness and hopelessness on a collective scale that leaks all the way up into our our very politics, and it's just a mirror image of that state of engagement in our human existence. And this idea of the utopia that gets promoted with Star Wars and Tomorrowland and the artificial intelligence community and the whole CERN and the New Age movement, and there's movies like Her, who's just basically telling you to fall in love with artificial intelligence, a phone, have a relationship with basically just a phone. All these movies are meant to keep you in a state of emotional attachment to these artificial futures, and you get stuck in that space by fear and technological carrots that are dangled in front of us with movies like Tomorrowland and Bicentennial Man, The Time Machine, Artificial Intelligence, Star Trek, as if we're gonna be like the guardians of the galaxy and protect, the galaxy from evildoers, and Demolition Man, everything is gonna be happy, joy, and all that demolition stuff is for the past. iRobot, we're gonna have robots that are gonna take care of us and do everything for us. Back to the Future, they're gonna promise you flying cars and all that stuff, and power lace shoes. And Star Wars, you'll have the Force Awakens and all this stuff. And these utopian futures are weaved into your very consciousness expansion that is happening organically. This is kind of being the utopian agenda is usurping that energy and channeling it into an artificial version of movement like the New Age movement, where they're trying to promote a so-called oneness, a united space that will lock straight into the very designs that get put up in like the Hunger Games and Divergent and all the control grid nature, like in Tron, where there's basically just a super powerhouse control grid that is just an extension of what it is today. And that's the main point, is to keep you in this state of limbo, in this in-between space of, well, at least we're not in a dystopian situation, where at least it's not as bad as Mad Max, and at least it's not as bad as total destruction like in the Book of Eli and in After Earth. At least we don't have vampires running around. At least we don't have zombies walking around and crazy robots. At least we don't have like controllers of like in the Hunger Games and Divergent. At least the water, water world is not, at least global warming, that's all water world was about. It was just like to get you locked into this idea of the ice caps melting and the earth is going to be covered with water, and everything will be just totally chaotic. So the space is to keep you creating space, creating time, creating extremes of this greatness of Star Trek and Star Wars in the future, and meanwhile selling the agenda of technology, selling the agenda of stuff that they can profit off of, and also maintain a layer of control at the same time. And the new age agenda is the in-house agenda that's being sold, that they won't really mention, because that's going to be the kicker later on when they try to nationalize this utopian agenda. They're going to lock it in with because they know they're going to get some people who from the utopian side of the new age movement who are going to love having a smartphone as a boyfriend or a girlfriend, who are going to love the fact that technology is going to be taking care of everything and just totally give your power away. And that's another like foundation to this, is to be caught up in a state of powerlessness and hopelessness, to where your hope, your true essence, your power is given to you by an idea. Just like the idea of evolution in dinosaurs was created to take away your true potential, your true human potential, and limit you by thinking that everything is based upon the brain, telling you that you came from dinosaurs, then monkeys, and dinosaurs have tiny brains, and now the people in the university system have the bigger brains, and those people who are also in politics and also in control. And if you want to be having a bigger brain or utilize more of your brain and work with helping your community and helping your people, you have to go through the university system or go into politics and go into this whole time-stealing program in order to reach some kind of artificial status, in order for you to be engaging in the worldwide structure of change, which is all artificial from the very essence, the very nature, the very ways that we perceive our reality, and how and why we believe this stuff exists the way it is, because we get programmed by this this early stage programming of Walt Disney World and all the cartoon versions of the globe model and dinosaurs and television, and all this stuff is a distraction. It's like a lifetime commercial, a version of your reality that exists but doesn't really exist. Like, it exists in a subliminal space to where you believe that it's true, but it's not really necessarily in the front of your focus. Meanwhile, because you have to go to work every day, you gotta make ends meet, you gotta exist in this fiat currency society, this control-driven society, this military-industrial complex and prison-industrial complex society, in order to maintain some kind of sanity, so that so the world doesn't turn into a Walking Dead, and it doesn't get taken over by robots and artificial intelligence and crazy, like power hungry individuals. Like, it's this artificial game that gets played on a subliminal level and on every level, and it's as deep as even how we envision our the earth plane that we live on. So this subtle geometry that gets implanted within the early stages of us. And like I shared in the last video about Fantasia and how they play like the early stages of, alright, evolution is like this, came out from dinosaurs, you got small brains, now the people in the university system got the big brains, we're in control, we own everything, it's all about money, it's all about artificiality, it's all about just the ego and power and Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders like getting $15 an hour. All this is limitation stuff. It's politics is just another version of distraction and hopeless powerlessness. Bernie Sanders is like a utopia, and Donald Trump is the dystopia. And all this stuff is being played out so actively in your face right now is because everybody is starting to realize that all of these storylines are full of shit. All of them. We are understanding the utopian lies and the dystopian lies, and we're understanding where this stuff was founded, where it comes from, what it all means, and it's being disassembled. And the next version of our reality is going to be of the artificial reality is getting planned and being sold within the whole New Age community of blending all of this stuff, all this, like, that's why they have sacred geometry on the international flag. This is why they're talking about the Venus Project with the New Age community, and talking about free energy on these alternative news sites, and talking about cleaning up the oceans and addressing all these things to distract you from you locking into the actual power, the actual willpower that you possess by your very genetic codings. This is why they genetically modify the foods, to slow down time, to slow down your organic evolution, and slow down the process of expansion to where you are not paying attention at all to the depths of yourself and the depths of the collective self, the inner child, the collective inner child, the understandings of why we're here, what was here, what's our purpose, what is our connection to, like the creation of all this space, like what does all this stuff mean, of like why are we so complicated, why just basically why. And we get shut down from asking why, and get distracted by going to the movies and going to the club and taking selfies and getting a better smartphone and getting more and more caught up into the ideas of the artificial reality, and less knowledgeable of self and knowledgeable of the ancestral connections that we come from, and the storylines that existed in the ancient teachings, and the stuff that is very locked into today. We've been told that it's irrelevant. This is why they don't understand the pyramids, or say they don't understand the pyramids. This is why the indigenous people were called savages, and this is why there's racism and the destruction of the black and brown peoples all over the world, all over the military-industrial complex and the prison-industrial complex is to keep you in this supremacy mentality where you are completely powerless and just need to maintain a state of happy distraction and orchestrated limbo. And it's rooted all the way, and we'll fight each other literally because we know it's a globe. Why? Because Disney made a globe with Tarzan on it in Africa, and Simba and Pumbaa in Africa, and the Little Mermaid in the Caribbean islands, and Peter Pan over in Europe with Captain Hook, and who is that over there in the corner? What is that? I can't see what that is over there. Something about something about what is that? El Dorado over there in South America. Yeah, this is why we believe it's a globe, because Disney says so in Fantasia in 1940. Is why we believe in dinosaurs, because It's implanted in us. It goes this deep, and people will defend this stuff to the death. If they even go into that space, because the distracted space of a Trump and a Bernie Sanders is what the adults are saying like is like important. Like we need to focus on like $15 an hour. That's just a fake utopia. And then other people are like, we need to focus on racism and so we can stop this dystopia. And the whole utopia dystopia is for you to realize or not pay attention to the fact that we are already living in a dystopia, and we'll never get to this artificial future that they're creating for us, and we shouldn't go there anyway, because it's best if we create it on our own and it's not created for us. But there's so many things that we have to let go of. So many things. And the television telling you, TV 14, everything on cable, everything on the television, the people that you trust on your news and everything, they're just to distract you in another version, another layer of the movie storyline, and keep you in like this adolescent version of the adult mind. So you don't question anything. You stay TV 14 version of your reality and stay dormant. So I'll leave it there. Until next time, thank you for joining me. Peace, love, and harmony.